Hello gaming enthusiasts, welcome back to Dream Arts. Today, we're diving into some exciting upcoming games that promise thrilling adventures, fierce battles, and endless fun. Whether you are a fan of open worlds, strategic challenges, or supernatural mysteries, we've got you covered. So, let's jump right into the gaming world's future. Sunkenland is a first-person open-world game, set in a realm of islands and oceanic depths. The latter hide what used to be city streets, buildings full of precious resources and tech blueprints. Players can spend gathered resources on building a base wherever they wish. On an island or partially submerged skyscraper rooftops, then furnishing it with useful tools, walls, traps, barbed wire and catapults. There are also clothes, weapons, spears, bows, rifles, flamethrowers, and vehicles, jet skis, boats, gyrocopters, to create. Hunting and farming gets us food, while surplus materials can be traded away. Sunkenland also features frequent combat against sea monsters, mutants and pirates. We must defend ourselves against them or assault their lairs to seize their riches. Dark and darker tasks the players with extracting treasures from the depths of a mystical underground fortress. They are thus matched into several teams of 3 players each, competing against each other. An important part of the game is choosing the right character classes. These include fighters, barbarians, wizards, clerics, rangers, rogues and bards, able to cover each other's weaknesses. The players are also threatened by AI-controlled monsters wandering the fortress corridors. When fighting monsters and other adventurous, players can use dark alleys to their advantage. These can serve as hiding places and great locations to set up traps. Death in Dark and Darker means losing all acquired treasure. The most difficult part of the challenge, therefore, is escaping the fortress with gathered riches. The players must escape from expanding darkness, which aims to regain its loot and claim their lives, using hidden routes and paths. Taking risks can result in greater rewards, but also death and loss of progress. The high difficulty and inaccessibility of Dark and Darker is mitigated slightly by the portals. After unlocking them, players can start their next run deeper into the fortress, letting them reach lower locations and discover more of its secrets. Gothic makes use of the third-person perspective. The game features a small open world, containing locations such as an extent, non-linear. The player may decide which faction to join, which affects the story. In addition to main quests, there are also numerous side missions to undertake. The game's world is a dangerous place teeming with hostile convicts and monsters. Although at first we'll face mostly local wildlife, like wolves and giant beetles, soon we'll find ourselves encountering much more powerful foes, such as skeletons, orcs and demons. During each dynamic encounter we can wield melee weapons, swords, axes, hammers, ranged weapons, bows, crossbows, as well as offensive and defensive magic. As we progress through the game we gain experience and level up, improving our skills with the help of tutors scattered around the valley. In addition to combat-related skills, the nameless protagonist can also sneak behind enemies, craft gear and pick locks. Gameplay-wise, Demonologist is reminiscent of the best-selling Phasmophobia. The game's goal is to investigate a haunted house, determine what kind of ghost dwells inside and exorcise it. An important feature of the game is randomness. Unforeseeable events may occur during each investigation. Ghosts also listen into our conversations, so there's a possibility we may end up provoking them by accident. The players can wield various tools during their exorcisms, such as UV flashlights, an EMF reader and a crucifix. Before setting out on a mission, we can spend some time at a hideout as well. There we can prepare and customize our character's appearance. In Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl we observe the action from the first-person perspective, FPP. The authors give us an open world, which is one of the biggest maps in the history of video games. It includes both densely overgrown, wild areas surrounding the power plant and cities, like Pripyat and Chernobyl 2. Exploring it, we complete tasks pushing forward the plot, as well as undertake various missions and side activities. The zone is deadly, and yet it seems to be a living ecosystem. Mutated life forms and hostile humans, as well as ever-present radiation and physics warping anomalies force stalkers to be constantly vigilant. For this reason, we often have to make proper use of over 30 weapons. A rifle, a pistol, a shotgun are one of the more futuristic tools of murder. Each weapon can be upgraded or modified. As well as bolts and the so-called gilka, Ukrainian word, a branch, one of the gadgets that help in detecting anomalies. As we progress, we also get our hands on various artifacts, with the rarest hidden in the most dangerous places. One of them is jelly, a blue substance that restores the protagonist's weakened strength. Songs of Conquest presents the story of a conflict taking place in a fantasy land. The story is made up of several intertwining threads. The faction of swamp creatures Rana fights against the oppressors and strives for independence, whereas the human country Alien tries to cope with the plague of the undead, who are led by the dead Empress. All campaigns must be completed to experience the full story. The most important element of the game are battles. Our armies have a certain number of soldiers, which they can accommodate. It depends on the skills of a general, called a trustee, and on technologies that we will develop. We can also upgrade our troops, provided that we have the appropriate buildings. Strengthened in this way, units usually acquire special skills that can be useful in battles. Tiny Glade focuses solely on building. With a few clicks and movements the player can create detailed dioramas. At their center there can be set pieces such as towering fortresses or atmospheric ruins. The developers decided to forego any additional elements such as combat, resource management and challenges to complete. The objective is simply the joy gained from building. No decision made in Tiny Glade is permanent. We can undo any move and modify our creation at any time. Castles are built using a number of components, including walls, roofs, fences and roads. We can then set their height or width, granting them a unique look. All actions are accompanied by animations, which show all changes in real time. The dioramas seem alive thanks to the day and night cycle, as well as the animals moving across them. Wayfinder takes the player to Avenna, a world of magic and wonder, destroyed as a result of a kind of apocalypse, during which the Forerunners killed the celestial architects. In turn, they are now tracking down the last remaining surviving god. Reality has collapsed, and dark energy has spread throughout the land, causing corruption and chaos. The ruins of this world have become the domain of bandits and monsters, fighting among themselves for survival and the surviving remnants of material goods. Players take on the role of the titular Wayfinders, the last remaining warriors powerful enough to prevail over the omnipresent chaos. Although they are mere echoes of the great heroes from before the apocalypse, they managed to survive the darkness and return with the power to control chaos to fight again. Their task is to save the world from ultimate destruction, and to provide its few inhabitants with conditions suitable for life. The ultimate goal, on the other hand, is to kill the Forerunners, whose actions led to all this catastrophe. Test Drive Unlimited 3 is the third installment of the open-world racing game series that is part of the Test Drive cycle. The game was developed by Kyloton Studio, whose portfolio includes such racing games as V Rally 4, Flat Out 4 Total Insanity, TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge or WRC series. It was released by Nacom, which has been managing the brand since 2016. Palia is set in the titular colorful fantasy land. Millennia ago, the realm's most advanced civilization, humanity, mysteriously disappeared. Over time, they were replaced by other humanoids. One day, however, humans started appearing all over the world once again. We play as one such person, needing to find a home in this welcoming world and ensure our species' future. And there you have it, a sneak peek into some of the intriguing games on the horizon. If you're as excited as we are about these upcoming titles, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your support keeps our gaming community thriving. Until next time, happy gaming.